Welcome back to It Came from Kiston. This is session 2. We have just arrived on Kiston, so this is a great time to come into the story. We don't really know much. We probably know about as much as you do. Before we get into our adventure, let's just do quick introductions again. I'm going to be your dungeon master for the day. My name is James, and we have 5 wonderful players here. Their real names are on the bottom. Their fake names are on the top. Why don't we go ahead and start over here with Liana. Liana, if you want to go ahead and get started.
Hello, I'm Liana. I am playing the role of Ghost this evening. Happy to be here.
Are you a ghost?
Yeah, no. I'm just, it's a nickname. My name is actually Matthias Edgar LaCroix. Ghost is just my dog's name. Took it on.
Cool.
Like it. Yeah.
All right.
And that's it.
So, coincidentally, my name is also Matthew LaCroix, and I'm playing Muir. That guy. I have a terrible Irish accent, and I hope you stick around for it.
I'm Jeff. I'm playing Guy. He's a big burly dude. More to come.
Dun dun dun.
Wow.
I'm Matthew. I play Hop, a rabbit folk ranger, and I have a terrible Scottish accent, just to make sure that Matt and Matthew are as far apart as possible.
Distinct as possible. You guys have similar accents.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm playing Alexi tonight, and they are a beast folk barbarian.
So,
I love that noise. All of it.
Ominous.
Previously on It Came from Kiston, our 5 shipwrecked survivors landed on the coast of an unknown continent. They fought their way onto the beach against some strange creatures that none of them had ever seen before. They were creatures that were one part humanoid, the other part sea serpent, long, eel-like sea folk. And though they barely made it out by the skin of their necks, they realized that they had nowhere to go. The island seemed deserted. So, first getting their essentials in order, they found shelter. We scavenged the island a little bit, came up pretty empty-handed, but as the second day set in and we realized we had no access to water, we decided we would start climbing the mountains. We would start heading inland past the beach, where we believed there may have been some water, after our ranger tracked down what appeared to be sort of a wet trail. As we ascended into the mountains of Kiston, we found sort of a mass of land. It was this sort of crooked mass of conglomerated rocks and plateaus and jungle leaves and forestry. Not a proper jungle, more like a twisted canyon of sorts with a little bit of green, which is where we now sit, where we discovered the waterfall you see here. Ooh. I know. Fresh water.
We all did that.
However, our fortune sort of ran out there. As we finally got the fresh taste of water from the spring, we could hear the sounds of the oncoming creature who emerged from his cave, boop, and sort of scurried down, lizard-like. We recognized it, of course. It was... All right, on the count of 3, what was it? 1, 2, 3...
A dog!
A dragon!
Wagon!
A car.
So,
How to disappoint your DM in one word.
Yeah, no kidding. So, the dragon came down, and it was unlike any other dragon that we had ever seen. You see, in Quelmar, at least in this era, dragons were fairly common. Bahamut and his kin were pretty well found around the world. And some of our characters may have actually seen dragons before, but Bahamut's dragons are brilliant and golden. They're bronze and brass. They're silver. And this dragon was blue. I mean, it was gorgeous. And it was strange looking. A unique dragon indeed, but it was blue. Our very brave hero here, Ghost, took to the water to introduce himself to our strange dragon friend, only to be met with a face full of electric breath. So, I'll just go ahead and I'll hit you with that attack, of course. I know it's not pleasant, but let's go ahead and bring up our battle screen. I believe I can do that with... Hey!
I'd like to ready to react.
There it is.
Can I ready?
First, do some damage, right? So you're gonna have to make a dexterity saving throw, Ghost.
That's a 17.
A 17 is going to be a success. So that is going to take half damage. So let me go ahead and roll for you here.
I do have evasion.
Yes, so evasion will allow you to take that... Oh, and you made the success because it was dexterity based.
I
so
did.
On a successful dexterity throw, Ghost, I'm not even going to roll any dice for you. You immediately dodge out of the way, hit the ground, ground yourself so the lightning doesn't strike. And then we're going to go ahead and start at the top of the round. Hop, you've just seen Ghost dodge the lightning breath of this strange hostile dragon. What do you do?
Yeah, I dash. 45. My fight or flight takes hold. I dash 45 feet in the opposite direction
of the dragon,
and then I burrow 25 feet underground.
So Hop heads up, away, and disappears at the first sight of violence. Hang on, Hop. Anything else?
Hop don't want the smoke.
I'm gonna I'll peek my head out and make sure my friends are coming.
Alexi, it is your turn. You are the one middle. You're the middle one. Yes, Alexi, I see.
Yes. Well, I want to rage.
Yep.
Oh
that's
no.
You got an action and a move left.
I'll move out from total cover.
Okay. Are you going
I'll move
out towards Ghost?
Move next. Yeah, I'll move next to Ghost.
Great. So we'll put you right there next to Ghost. So Ghost, Alexi immediately jumps out to your defense as soon as the lightning strikes out. Anything else, Alexi?
I think I'm gonna hold my action. I'm going to, if it tries to do its breath attack again, can I ready my javelin to go in?
Okay, so on a breath attack, you will throw that javelin first. As soon as you see that it's discharged, the sparks come up out of the dragon's mouth. All right, Ghost, we're back to you. You're safe, you're sound, you've got some defense. The dragon sits 40 feet across the water. What do you do?
I'm going to put my hands up and say in Draconic, "We mean no harm, friend."
Okay, well, let's get a persuasion check on that.
Natural 20!
What?
Excellent.
Wow.
So, trying to look as, unendangering as possible, if that's possible.
I'm gonna put my head down. I'm gonna bow my head.
Subservient. Great. The dragon pauses as you sort of shout at it and you lay yourself down like the prey that you are. And then you hear the dragon start to speak in a tone. Hop, I think you are the only person who faintly, from 100 feet back, understands the grizzled tongue of the dragon. Hop, I believe you speak, is it Infernal?
I do.
So, the dragon speaks and you do not understand him, Ghost. He speaks in a strange hissing tongue that is not Draconic. Instead, Hop, what you hear is, "How dare you insult my lair with your presence? Be gone like the rest of you."
I come out of my hole.
Yep, okay.
I come out of my hole and I don't yell, but I say as non-threateningly as I can in Infernal. Yeah, we're gonna straight up leave this area. All right.
So you guys do hear Hop speak the strange tongue back to the dragon, and give me a persuasion check, Hop.
2.
Welcome to the club, Hop. I rolled a 2 as well for my initiative. I'm totally gonna do that.
Lines are back up.
It is the dragon's turn. As soon as Hop comes up and starts approaching the dragon and starts speaking again, the dragon catches sight of more of you, sort of coming up from under the ground, almost like guerrilla warfare tactics.
Oh no!
Not even listening to what's Hop saying. He is going to first see if he's got another weapon ready, because you guys have lined yourself up nicely.
Oh, good
And
job,
he
guys.
does. So, I need dexterity saving throws from the 3 of you.
I have resistance to all damage while raging.
23.
All right, that's
21.
A success. That's a success. And
14.
all right, good news, Alexi. That was not a success, but you have resistance, so you'll take half. Ghost
Hell yeah.
and
Okay.
Hop, you will also take half with your good saves. Sorry, Ghost, you'll take
Well-
none. Yes.
Oof.
So, let me have that damage here. Alexi, why don't you go ahead and roll that attack while I do the damage here, so you can get that counter in.
It's a 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
Nice.
So why don't you go ahead and do
Oh, God.
damage? And I have the damage for you guys ready after Alexi gets damage into the dragon.
So that's gonna be 8.
8 damage to the dragon. And in return, he did 42 total. So we're gonna cut that to 21 for Alexi and 21 for Hop. Ghost, once again, your nimble dodging ability, your Matrix-like ability to sense danger. Right.
I just like how you like sprang back, dodged, came back up, said, "Wait a minute," sprang back, dodged, came back up.
All right, so with that damage done, the dragon is going to retreat slightly as the more of you start to come up. He is going
That's
to
good.
come up and back to about here, almost against the back of the wall. So he's sort of backing himself up into the cave wall behind him.
Coward.
No, don't say that.
It's okay, he wouldn't understand. Guy, it is your turn. What do you do?
Alright, so I'm gonna come around the rock, and can I get in the little sort of in between the rock and the bit of land? And I'll go ahead and I will activate my hill rune as a bonus action there. So I have, you see on my plate, on my flint armor, the sort of mountainous runes start glowing, and I have resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage for the next minute.
Nice.
And I'm going to ready an attack if he comes in melee range.
Muir, it is your turn. Bringing up the rear. What do you do, Muir?
All right. So I have this little spell named Banishment.
Okay.
Its components are verbal, somatic, and material. So this is my question.
Yes.
The material component is an item distasteful to the target.
Okay.
Now, can we be the item?
Oh,
Oh.
Because we are very distasteful to him.
Yes. In fact, that would work. What you need to do is make sure you destroy one of you 5, right? Because the material components will get
To be expended.
destroyed,
Consumed.
expended in the spellcasting. So if you can consume a hop, then absolutely.
All right, Hop, come over
I kind of
here.
deserve it.
Take one for the team.
Every time I cast
Well,
it, we just
Otherwise,
lose a party
you'll need to find something else distasteful to the dragon.
Your boy does have a spell he can use. Although I don't know if I want to use 2 spells here. Fudge. Okay, I'm just gonna prep Eldritch Blast, and I'm gonna just, you see how I can kind of peek around the
I see.
the bottom of that tree. I want to just edge one more square down.
So there you are. You
Yep.
are now up there
Yep.
in that woods.
Sweet.
And if he makes any aggressive movement, great.
Yes.
All right, end of
Oh,
first
both
round.
done.
We're back to you, Hop. Hop, you came up, you got a face full of lightning. What do you do?
I'm gonna run
Yep.
and get behind that big rock over there. And I'm gonna say to the group, what he was saying was he just wants us to leave. That's all he wants. And then I'm gonna ready entangle in case he tries to move forward.
All right, so you're gonna ready entangle if he does anything. We've got an Eldritch Blast over here readied, and then you didn't prepare anything yet. Oh no, you prepared melee. All right, you guys have all taken your positions. Alexi, you do not have anything prepped, and you have no cover, but you do see the dragon across the water. What do you do?
Yeah, and it's eating my spear.
That is your one weapon.
I think I should go get it.
No.
All right. All right.
Go collect it. No, Alexi would charge. It's
Okay.
fine.
So Alexi runs after the dragon. The water slows her down a little bit, but she makes it all the way to the dragon.
Oh, okay. Well, if he comes at me, like if the dragon approaches me, I'll like ready an unarmed strike.
Okay, great. You'll punch the dragon if it walks up to you.
Yeah.
Then at this point, Ghost, everyone now has readied something. You have not moved. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna look back to where Hop was, and then I'm going to look where Alexi went. And I'm just gonna say to Alexi, hey, I think we should go.
He's got our one weapon, bruh.
Alright, well, then I am going to, I'm gonna roll backwards behind that landmass.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, let's go! And that's it.
All right, it is the dragon's turn. So it is going to start to come up the wall slightly. So it's going to sort of slink backwards and start to walk like a gecko up the wall back towards its cave. The whole time, it keeps its eyes trained on you, Alexi. You know, it does not have a breath weapon, so instead it will use its action to dash further up until it is just at the edge of its cave. It is Guy's turn. What would you like to do?
Alright, that's well out of my range. I'm heading out. I'm gonna head out where I saw Hop going.
Yeah, across the water there, that's fine. We'll move you. That's 3, that's 6. If you want to dash, that's another.
I'll dash.
Yep,
Yeah.
there you go. That'll get you there. Muir, it is your turn, sir. You are, if you forget, you are hanging out in the jungles over here.
Hello. I'm gonna look at the dragon, and then I want to just lift my hands up and kind of show the dragon like water.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna drink a little bit more, and then raise my hands and walk back.
Then it is the end of the round, and we're gonna wrap back around to Hop. Hop.
Yeah, I was about to yell to Alexi, Alexi, please, I don't want to do this. I just want to go. And I start walking the opposite direction, sort of defeated.
All right, so Hop will start heading back down the mountain a little bit. And
Make sure you drink some water.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm going to just turn around, take a little sip of water, then head on back.
Okay. It is Alexi's turn. Alexi, you have the dragon backing its way up into the cave. It has sort of stopped at the cave entrance, right? It's up in the mountain, but it's not retreating all the way. It's hanging out. Thing.
So I want to walk back the 10 feet,
Okay.
but with my body facing the dragon. Like,
Sure.
I'm keeping eye contact with this thing. And then I bend out, I scoop up some of the water and drink it.
Yep.
Can I do that?
Yep. Absolutely.
And then I'm just gonna slowly, but keeping my, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to back up. But with my body, like, still keeping eye contact with the dragon.
Yep. That'll get you to the other side of the embankment again. And if that's it for you, Alexi, we're back to Ghost. Ghost, Alexi is on the retreat.
I'm going to say in Draconic, we just wanted a drink. We're leaving.
I mean, the dragon doesn't react. It doesn't seem to really understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Guy?
I'll just take a sip of water then and head back over with Hop.
All right. then in that case, I think the last person we just need to settle with is Muir. You are still pretty much on the front lines here. You're near the water. You've done your drink and your gesture. Anything else?
I just wanna raise one hand and say, sorry, Lord. Just wanted some water. I don't know what accent that was, but whatever. I'm gonna stick with it.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna back away for a little bit and like keep my hands up and in front of me, so that way he knows that I'm not gonna attack him. And I'm just gonna keep backing out of sight. And hopefully not trip over anything.
In that case, then, and let me get a group. I'm gonna do a group charisma check. So group persuasion. Let's make it persuasion here. This is just essentially your final check to back away and not invoke the animal.
Word.
What'd you get?
It's 12 for
14.
me.
12 of 14. Alexi.
Natural 20.
A 20.
So charismatic.
So charismatic.
10. 10. Great. And Hop.
4.
Great. So that is actually
Damn
a
it, Hop.
failed check. That is a
Even
failed
with my
group
20?
check.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at persuasion.
Yeah, that
No,
was,
you're fine.
Oh.
That's okay. The 4 did kill us there.
It's okay.
Figuratively, like it killed the roll.
Can I use
so,
my
as you
inspiration?
guys are all backing away, the dragon does not retreat as if it was like, you've gotten out of his space. Instead, he doubles down. He snarls, and you see lightning sparking, and he lowers himself back down to the water on your way down the mountain. And you sort of see him. You sort of see him just sort of following slightly.
Oh, you don't like that? Not at all.
I want to sort of put myself a little bit in front of, especially Hop.
Yeah.
Using my bulky frame to sort of provide a little bit of human shield.
Okay.
I'm going to put us on the edge of that cliff. Remember that 50-foot cliff side that we had to climb up?
Yeah.
Just keep in mind that the dragon has followed you and is still, he's up here watching you guys as you get to the edge of this cliff. Hop! Before you hop down, what do you do?
I was gonna go this way anyway, so I'm just gonna start climbing down.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
Hop, no.
7.
So Hop, you keeping your face to the dragon, you walk backwards towards the edge of this peak, this plateau. Unfortunately, you misgauge the distance to the edge. As you start to sort of lower yourself as if you're going to climb onto the edge, you slip. And attempting to catch yourself, you're going to have to make a dexterity save.
Can I try and grab him
I will
down?
say, who's next to Hop? I will say Alexi or Guy. If you guys are doing that, you have advantage on the dexterity saving throw, Hop.
Oh, great.
As Guy and Alexi reach out.
Then 22.
Excellent. You catch
All right.
yourself. You are now hanging off the side of the ledge.
Can he see my fingers?
He can. Alexi, I'll say that Alexi sort of caught you at the last second. So you've got one hand on the cliff, one hand with Alexi. Alexi, you're sort of doubled over the side of the cliff holding on to Hop. And Alexi, it is your turn. What do you do?
I guess I'll start climbing down too with Hop.
All right, give me that athletics roll.
19.
Yep. All right, so you can lower yourself down gracefully. Ghost, it's your turn.
Go.
loved-
And I yell go to them, and I start running back to water.
You start running back to the ocean water or to the water inland?
The water inland.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Great.
Trying to draw them away. Go.
Excellent.
Go.
Guy,
Okay.
I'm going to skip to Guy's turn then. Guy, are you going down or are you staying up? What is your game plan?
If I see Ghost running toward where the dragon is, I'm using Giant's Might. It's time. I've decided that it's time.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. I just want everyone to be safe.
God.
I have a hero complex, okay?
Yeah, but I have a living complex, okay?
I don't want him to eat you guys.
Guy, on your turn, you're going to go into Giant's Might, which is going to make you into a massive giant form.
I mean, we do have that. I forgot about that.
God bless America.
God bless America.
I've been waiting for this moment. I've been talking since for 2 weeks, and god damn it, I'm gonna wrestle this dragon.
Yeah, that is true.
So, 20 feet gets me to the dragon, and I'm gonna try and grapple.
Oh, the dragon got an 18.
That's 26 for me.
As you immediately grapple the dragon. How are you holding? How do you describe a dragon grapple? I don't know if you know anything about professional wrestling, but you know what kind of hold is.
Yeah, I'm thinking like headlock, like get it around the neck and like sort of get in a position where I'm like behind its head. I'm grabbing onto the neck behind the head, so it's not like blasting my face.
Oh my god! Yeah, sure. You've got him grappled. So, all right. So then we are going to jump to Mior. Mior, you have not jumped down yet.
I
have
have not.
Standing on the edge.
Can I do a nature check?
What for? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for any plants that might be poisonous around me.
Yeah.
So nature, don't fail me now. That's a 19.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'll say.
Ooh yeah.
Is anyone else stressed? Like, I feel like my heart's gonna come out of my chest. I need a Zanny.
I'm sweating.
I want this to work so bad.
Yeah, I'll say you draping down like a creeping sort of moss over the side of the cliff. You would likely recognize this as being a small sprig of mistletoe.
Oh goddamn! All right. Well,
it doesn't look like there is much else around. This is all that caught your
don't
eye.
do
And
this
it's
to me.
only a little.
Oh, mistletoe, huh?
What? I mean, on one hand,
that dragon.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rush over and I'm gonna scoop up a handful of them. I'm just gonna smush them in my hand.
Yep.
And then it's gonna shake for a second, and I'm gonna push out. And I want to cast banishment because my idea is the dragon does not like poisonous berries.
I am inclined to agree with you. Most creatures with digestive systems don't. So
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm gonna make a quick save, right?
Please don't be a natural 20. Please don't
That
be a
is a
natural 20.
10. That is a 13 total.
15. So
Oh my
my
God.
hand glows green for a second, and you see these tendrils kind of shoot out of the palm, and just one single seed goes and smacks the dragon right on the nose, and he just goes right out of existence.
So with the dragon out of the way, what do you guys do with your 1 minute? I'm not gonna go round by round, but yeah, 1
I
minute.
had the.
We either need to ambush them or run.
What's going on up there?
I will explain. But let's. I'm gonna start climbing down.
Can I ask, did I see the mistletoe?
I'll say you saw it when he reached for it. Once you saw him reaching down.
Oh,
the ledge
thank
to grab
God.
Something,
I'm going to like turn around and like be because my back was turned, so I'm like fully
Yep.
expecting to like be killed.
Yep.
I'm gonna just turn around and like do like a and then wait for to die and then open my eyes.
And there is Guy and Muir.
We should go.
Let's go.
We should go. And I'm gonna haul ass towards the edge of the cliff.
Everyone still alive?
I think you're about to see them all come over the edge now. All right, so everybody is gonna go down. So you are now safe on the beach again. If you're gonna take
Yes.
that time, you can start running down the beach back to that shelter we constructed out of the palm trees.
We should run. We should keep running.
Yeah, I
Get
agree.
back to the trees.
I had him in the headlock.
Oh, you did, Guy. It's okay.
I've
Don't worry. Don't worry.
been ready to put the
Overgrown
hammer on him.
palm tree.
What's he saying?
He's saying that had I not banished the man into another plane, he would have had him.
I'm gonna reach up to him and try and shake his big ass hand and say,
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. If I get mistletoe, I can feed us all for the rest of our time here. All I need is a little mistletoe.
Okay.
All right, let's start looking for some mistletoe.
If you see any, please let me know.
Hope. I just want to say that. Sorry.
No, you didn't know.
I didn't.
No. So
What
I'm
other
just letting you
magic
know
spells
now. Oh, literally everything I have requires mistletoe for some reason.
Oh, so it's really good I used it then. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic.
If there's mistletoe there's mistletoe somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree. This is a good thing. This is a good thing.
Yes.
We should find a different shelter. He's gonna know that we stayed nearby.
Also, yes, that dragon is not gonna be happy when he comes back.
I'm not happy. It took my spear.
Oh yeah, it's gonna come back and maybe
Come back.
I look at my wrist pretending there's a watch and
Oh yeah, he must have been back for like the last 20 seconds or so.
I say we kill the dragon.
Also an option.
We don't have anything to kill it with.
Yeah, I kind of want to keep moving as well, to be honest.
Okay. So this is what we have going on. There's some snakes in the ocean, snake people, and then we have a dragon, which is, I guess, like a bigger version of a snake person. And then we have cliffs and lots of trees. We probably shouldn't be out in the open on the beach, because that makes us an easy target, even if we zigzag.
Oh, you agree?
Am I able to do like a history check? Like, do I recognize anything about that dragon from any of the books that I've read? Any knowledge I'd be able to dig up?
You can make a history check, sure. See if you can try to dig up anything about dragons.
That's a 27.
I'll say that you would know that this dragon is similar to bronze dragons, right? You rack your mind everything you know about dragonkind and what you may have encountered or read in books. You know that bronze dragons are just like that, right? They breathe electricity instead of, fire, which is the typical dragon thing. Bronze dragons are aquatic dragons, so that would make a lot of sense, right? If this blue dragon is with
He's by the water resource.
Right. So bronze dragons are sort of amphibious. They've got gills. They live in water. They have underwater lairs.
So based off of what I know, that guy was an aquatic dragon.
Yes.
They like to hoard things. Like, we were probably ransacking his house, and he got really upset about it.
Oy.
Are you sure his house wasn't the cave?
Makes sense.
Typically, they have underwater dwellings.
He wasn't speaking. Well, actually, I don't know. What was he speaking?
It wasn't
well,
draconic.
That's it was infernal, is what he was speaking.
Infernal.
Interesting.
That's it's a sort of demonic language, a bit of an evil one, if I recall.
I thought
Dragons aren't
Right.
evil.
Yeah, they're normally good as far as I can recall.
That's why I reached out to him. I wonder if he even understood what I was saying.
Do you think we could just ask him if we could get some?
Are you also translating this information for Guy as needed?
I absolutely have not been.
Okay, so Guy is still in the park.
I'm so sorry, Guy.
That's totally fine.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll explain afterwards to him.
Okay,
I'll sum it up. Guy, yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Guy.
So for Guy, it's a lot of confused faces you see, Guy, and a lot of worry, a little bit of disbelief, a little confusion on all of the faces around you.
Well, let's vote on what we should do.
I vote we kill the dragon.
Oh,
it could have a lot of resources.
I don't want to say that anything about women, but hell hath no fury like a woman's, and I'm afraid that is going to get you killed.
Oh my god!
I don't really know what that meant, but I'm for not killing the dragon.
I run whenever I'm in danger, so I'm for going in the opposite direction as fast as we can.
Oh yeah.
Alexi,
We also don't know when we're gonna get near water again, correct?
I have a thing to say to Muir. Let's think about this.
Yeah.
If there's a dragon this close to the outskirts of the island, what do you think is further into the island?
I say
What's
in
he
common.
saying?
I say in common. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah?
What's the point?
So, our tall, dour friend here saying, why is there a dragon this close to the edge of the island, and what could possibly be in the island?
Could be more danger in the inside.
Could be more dragons. I don't know. I'm not from
Bigger.
here. He
Hop,
says.
You start to
bigger.
notice, Hop, that the sun is starting its descent now. We are on the second half of the day. We spent a good chunk of time coming up and down the mountain, and it's getting a little late, right?
And we don't have any food or drinking water.
I had an idea about that, actually.
Does
So
it involve
there's-
mistletoe?
No, but thank you for playing. It involves the ship that's out in the water.
Let's vote. Do we try to find another way up the cliffs? Do we go towards the shipwreck? Or do we
Right.
stay here?
I like the idea of waiting it out one more night. I am gonna go and just to do a quick look around for some mistletoe.
Sure.
Maybe get us fed and watered.
Sure. I will allow a survival check for that, yeah.
I say no fires tonight, so get close. Don't laugh at me, James.
I'm not laughing at you. You're the one who wants to cuddle with everyone, not me. Hop, why don't you go ahead and make survival for me?
That's a 24.
Holy shit.
24. Excellent. Wow. That I honestly, I think that's like the first good survival check we've had so far. Remember, we found like twigs
true.
and we found like salt rocks and we found.
Oh, I'm gonna need those salt
I
rocks.
found some feathers.
Oh, thank God we had one good survival check. Hop, I'm giving you two things.
Yeah.
Since you got above the 25 threshold, the first thing you do find is nuts. You find in nearby in some bristles and some thorns. We'll say they're hazelnuts that you
dear.
sort of dig up that have been buried here. You find a mess of spider webs, actually. You sort of start looking at that cliffside a little closer. You're like, well, if there was mistletoe on the cliff, well, maybe somewhere here. And what you do wind up is, in scouring the cliffs, you start to collect all of these old cobwebs that are going unused. Maybe you don't disturb any webs that have active spiders in them, but you manage to collect a small bundle, less than a handful of sticky stuff here that could be used for,
Man.
crafting. It could be used for a trap. It could be used for any manner of things. So you've got sort of an adhesive, and then you've got some nuts. So that is what you get with
Put all that
survival
in my
check.
pockets. And I'll head back to camp.
Yeah, and I'll throw you back in camp here. We've got no fire
Can I-
tonight. Yeah, Guy?
I'm gonna hopefully start making some rudimentary weapons in case we need to fight
Yeah, absolutely.
something.
Then you can make a survival check. You're looking to make a weapon, right?
Yeah.
So to do that, what you'll need is some sort of adhesive, some sort of structural material, and something sharp, something that can be weaponized. But if you guys want to look at your collective resources, you might be able to make a weapon with what we have combined, right? As well as what we have in this grove.
Do you want me to tell the rest of them?
Yeah, what help we could get would be...
Our distinguished tall friend here is saying that he can make some weapons.
Could we use rocks?
Could we go look like by the shoreline to see if any like sharp shells or pieces of glass?
Yeah,
from, like,
Alexi,
the
I'll
shore
give you.
floated to shore?
I will, if you want to search for that, I'll give you a disadvantaged investigation check. Right, it's getting late, so it's a little harder now with little light. But you can still make the check to see if you find any shells.
While she's doing that, can I just kind of go around camp and kind of make it look like no one was there? Like, kind of mess with where our fire was?
Excellent. So while Edgar is going around, while Ghost is going around and cleaning up footprints and trying not to look like the trees have been bent or anything, Alexi, what did you get on your investigation?
Big ol' 6.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, you come back with sand, right? There's nothing else. You can't dig up anything more. So you come back empty-handed. But using the ingredients we have, if I can think back, I know we've got the salt rocks, we've got the spider webs, we've got I don't know. Look at your inventories. Let us know what you have.
I'm gonna walk up to Guy and raise the spider webs to him. I don't know how much this will help, but here you go.
Yeah, I'll say, Guy, if you give me a D4, that'll let us know how many items, tools, weapons you can make out of this massive web.
All right.
And then Mila, what were you saying?
Are those
So it's a 4.
Great, Mira.
Are those spider webs?
Four doses of spider webs to be specific.
Could I?
Yeah.
Could I dab just the smidge of the sticky stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah.
You know how you were thrown up a cliff before?
what? Sorry.
Remember how you
I
were
didn't-
thrown up a cliff?
Oh,
earlier
yes. Yeah.
today? This will make you. I can make you walk on the cliff. You'll It's like walking on sand, except you'll be facing the sky and walking up the cliff. It's
That sounds like magic.
It is. Remember
I
how
love
I made the dragon disappear?
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this.
Wait,
All right.
You'll be hearing about this soon too.
All right. How many doses of spider web? So we've got a resource management problem here, right? If it's one use of spider web per, spider climb, and if it's one use of spider web per crafted weapon, what do we want to do tonight? Obviously, we're not going to climb walls tonight. So how many weapons do you want to make, Guy?
I can give up one. I can give up one of the. If I had enough for, I'll give up one, and then I can.
Okay.
And
so
I can make multiple
3.
people climb too.
So yeah. In terms of, I think priority for probably need the most.
Yeah.
Probably be Alexi, myself, and I don't know how good Ghost is with a weapon.
I'm not.
Then
So
probably
you
probably
cut out.
not.
So Hop,
well,
Alexi, and Guy.
Oh, great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So we will need a quick survival check there, a crafting check.
That first was a 22.
That's all you need. That is 3. You're making clubs, so you're using. Is this the salt rock, right? Salt rock with web.
The
on a
salt
stick.
rock. Yes. Perfect.
Really putting the salt in a salt.
Proficient in salt rock.
So I believe that will bring unless Muir and Ghost have anything else to do, that'll bring today's activities to a close. Do you have any other checks?
I got nothing.
Okay. So then,
No.
then we can cuddle up nice and tight, try to stay warm. Don't want to make a fire. That might draw the dragons out from the mountains. Completely understandable. And it is a long night indeed, right? With no fire, you don't even get that sort of crackling static to help lull you to sleep. It is just the feeling of soft sand and grass beneath you, and the waves crashing nearby. Muir?
I keep watch for the first couple hours because I don't want to sleep.
Something that I've wanted to do is, and I try and communicate through Murin to get this across is one of my abilities, my rune of protection, is something I can use to protect those around me. But part of that is I need to make a rune shape on the people that I'm protecting.
You want to mark your friends.
So
right?
I need to mark my friend so that they have access to that defense.
So in that case, I think that gives us an option for the 4 of you, Ghost, Muir, Hop, and Alexi. How do you want to get marked? Where will you let Guy engrave you or your weapons or your inventory or your clothes in such a way that he can channel this protection from now on?
I'm wearing a cloak, so he can use that.
All right, so I'll mark it on the.
Muir?
So you're saying we're friends? I've
Yeah,
never had
I
one
would-
of those before. Can you mark my do it above my heart, like right here.
And I give him a friendly like clap on the shoulder, and
I get sent 3
chuckle.
feet.
Wow,
that hurt.
Yeah, I'll mark him above on the chest right there.
I kind of look at it and I'm like,
You can, I sort of take my robe down. You can mark my, my shoulder right there.
I'll let you know, in
my
these
shoulder.
bare skin instances, you know, it's just dirt, but then Guy sort of clasps his hand over it and channels that ancient runic magic. And you can feel kind of like a brand, right? It stings a little bit at first, because it's not going on a cloak, it's going into your skin now. And it burns, but not so intensely red hot, right? It's just sort of a tingling. And then when he lifts his hand up, that mark, that brand, is sort of engraved now, permanently. And, Alexi,
Thank you.
I point to the back of my shoulder.
Cool.
Yeah, so with that, Guy will be able to channel one of his features, his protective magic, which will let him, when he's nearby you, he can actually channel that rune as a reaction, and it'll put up a defense around you, right? So you sort of as you guys now settle in with your new tattoos, you guys can hear in the night from the mountains. Unlike last night, where it was sort of a low rumble or a growl, some noises whisking through the trees, you could in fact hear. Yeah. It is this faint, sort of distant but pulsating drumming, right? And over top the drumming, you can hear low chanting. You can't make out what they're saying or even the language. It's just sort of the low bass of their voices just echoing down from the mountains and onto the beach and over the ocean. And as you sort of wake up and jolt and look out into the mountains, you can see that past the cliffs, somewhere, maybe a mile inland, there is a little bit of smoke rising into the night sky tonight. You guys eventually do make your way back into slumbering, huddled close in the night, as the terrible silence, the absence of the drums, is just as deafening as the drums themselves.
Oh,
And
thank God.
you do rise the next morning, feeling a little bit better off, but you are starting to realize that you're getting very hungry. You've had a good chunk of water at this point. Hop,
Okay.
Alexi, and Guy, you guys have higher constitutions, which means that you can go a little bit longer without food. But for Muir and Ghost, with your constitutions of +1, this is your last day.
hooray.
Yeah.
Who's hungry? And
I am.
Anyone allergic to nuts around here? I've met some folks who are allergic to nuts.
I'll eat anything.
No.
All right, then I'll cook up some nuts.
Nuts.
These nuts?
These nuts?
These nuts.
Muir
And then I
Ghost-
hold up my nut.
Ghost and
Welcome
Muir,
to Twitch.
you wake up to the smell of fried nuts in the morning, as these hazelnuts. It's a little bit of salt, a little bit of hazelnut. It's sort of like sugar-free Nutella, right?
Guys.
Nuts roasting on.
Let's find a loaf of bread and make Nutella.
And that, my
we should
friends,
patent it.
is how they invented that delicious flavored hazelnut spread.
It was invented on
And that's
Kiston.
our culture. Yeah.
So
That would be
it is
awesome.
now
Lord,
the next
man.
morning.
Piston.
It came from. It's actually on the back of the Nutella bottle. It came from Kiston.
It came from Kiston.
That's what the campaign's about. No. So the next morning, obviously, you guys wake up. You feeling a little more comfortable. You're fully healed. All the exhaustion has gone away at this point, right? So in good spirits and in good health, we enter our third day on the island, still on the beach. What do you guys do?
I'm still for checking out the shipwreck. If all 5 of us
Okay.
go, we might
I'd
have
second
a
that.
better chance than just the 2 of you.
Now that we've got weapons,
I'll second that.
yeah, I third it.
I think it goes without saying, but since we know the dragon is around, Mir is gonna be watching the skies and the cliffside pretty consistently to make sure that it isn't around.
Yeah, if you're past perception of 12, I mean, you'll catch anything big in the sky, right?
Ooh.
Yes.
Great. Well, I'll tell you, it's not surprising that when you get down to the beach, and you first sort of stick your head under the water, you can indeed see that there are some of these serpent folk are still down there. I will say there are 6 that are creeping around that shipwreck right now. So yeah, so I'll say, let's see, where's that shipwreck at? I think it's over there.
Is
Oh my
that a
gosh,
turtle?
is that a turtle?
Is that a turtle?
Yes, it's underwater,
Let's
guys.
kill it and eat it.
We could drink its blood.
I mean, fishing is always an option, right? Nobody's brought that up, but there is an ocean around us.
Duh.
Listen,
It totally
we're finding
is.
nuts and stuff.
We have
everywhere.
nuts.
Taste
Our survival
that
scores are
We've
all
got salted nuts. We don't need anything else.
Got salted nuts and cobwebs. Okay, that's what I eat.
They're yum.
Yeah, actually, here, I'll show you guys real fast. Besides the turtle, there are a ton of bodies that are strewn on the floor of the ocean there,
Jesus.
right? I mean, these are
yeah.
skeletons. These are all decrepit, sort of, they've been feasted on by the wildlife, if not the sea serpent folk. But yeah, I mean, it is the remnants of what
Great.
was once a ship. And I'll go ahead and I'll throw 6 of these little serpent guys down there.
While he's peeking underwater, I'm gonna go Alexi, and I'm sorry about last night. I was kind of hangry. I'm not really good with women. I wasn't raised by one. So I just wanted to apologize, ma'am. You just kind of scare me.
I scare you?
Yes.
Ah. Well, my bad.
No. It's not you. It's mostly because you are a woman and because you're very good at fighting people, and that makes me uncomfortable. Because I've never
I can
seen
show
it
you how to
before.
punch things if you want.
Yeah. I could. Yeah, I could try. Yeah. If you're okay with that, whenever you're free, just let.
Yeah, totally. Once we figure out this whole survival thing, I'd be happy to show you some pointers.
That would be very helpful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So how we looking?
Well, I don't know about Guy, but I saw about 6 of them down there, surrounded by skeletons, like a ton of dead bodies. So I'm not feeling too good about this. But it's still up to you guys. I'll do whatever. Strength in numbers, right?
I make a turtle.
Oh yeah. We saw a turtle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtles are mighty tasty.
I say to Guy, that's called a turtle.
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 He got it.
Yeah.
He got it. Nice.
There you go.
Learning the language. Yeah.
You've got
That's
turtle.
good,
You've got
good.
hello. You could say
Yes.
hello to a turtle.
Hello,
good.
turtle.
What if we cause a bit of a distraction? I was thinking, and I'm gonna look at a guy. And I'm just gonna go.
Oh, she's saying she wants to eat you. Or he's saying he wants to eat you.
No. Big. Tell him I want to
Oh,
go big.
mukbang.
Mukbang. Do it.
All
I'm
right.
gonna write that down. I know mukbang now.
Mukbang means big.
Mukbang. All right. So obviously you only get 1 minute of mukbang. So
That's true.
you might
Make
wanna
it count.
plan this strategically, right?
Let's
All right.
can help be a
so
decoy.
I think I'll go down, say, 70 feet down to the other side of the beach. Try to flank him around.
So, do you
That's
want
true.
a strong person?
Is
to
there anyone
go
coming with
you?
me, or is it just me?
I can go with you if we have enough decoys.
Oh, he can be a decoy.
All right.
Pretty annoying.
Put. And you also have the firepower.
Yes.
I'd like to mention that I can swim 90 feet in one round,
Well, I
How
think
far
I
can
should
you
go
throw?
with you, Hop, to play it safe in case some of the serpents decide to come over to attack you.
So,
I'm sure it'll happen soon.
the three of you, you're just gonna jump into the water then, right?
I'm just gonna, yep.
I'm not gonna swim too far out because I can just snipe him with my Eldritch Blast. So
Fair enough.
I'm-
Fair enough.
Going big.
Go big.
I'm going
Going
big.
giant.
I'm
The
going
big
big.
guy gets bigger.
All right, let's.
Going guy.
Not usually my forte. Usually, I'm much quieter.
Good luck to you all.
You too.
good luck to you.
I say, hop on.
All right. So
I'll
round one.
hop on.
Round one.
I'm climbing up.
Ghost and Guy. Ghost jumps onto Guy, and then Guy and Muir step into the water, onto the sandy embankment here, just below the surface. Yeah, what do you do?
I'm going to look at Guy and be like,
Okay.
And
go.
that's what you do.
all right. So once I'm underwater, I'm gonna start flailing.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
this is a performance check.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's-
I try and help out that performance. I'm gonna sort of bob. I'm gonna bob Ghost up, up and down.
Like a bully in a
Yeah.
toilet.
Cool. I got a 15.
A 15 performance. I will say that is enough. Yeah, absolutely. It will catch the attention. And I put my dice on the board. Here we go. I'll say that all 6 of them immediately start to slither out and swim eel-like closer to you. All right. So with that, we're going to start off. No surprise around here. We sort of jumped into each other. Ghost, you're first up. You just had a great performance. They're starting to head your way. What would you like to do?
Sweet. I'm going to keep flailing around and keep doing my show underwater.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and if one gets near me, I'd like to try and
Ready a sort of
Ready-
grapple to disarm them if they get near you.
yeah,
I gotcha.
sleight of hand.
Round.
All right, Guy, we're back to you.
I'm going to move forward as much as I can, which is not a whole lot in the water, but
you about
I'll
there.
move forward slightly, ready and attack if one comes in melee.
Okay.
Am I with you still, Guy?
Oh, you're on
Are you
his
still
shoulder,
holding on
right?
to
If
me?
you're, are you
Yeah,
still going to be?
yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
still
I'd like to still be on you.
So with that, Muir, it's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at
Yep.
the closest one.
All right, go ahead and make your attack
Nice.
rolls.
Nice.
I get 2? Okay, one is a 21 and one's an 8.
Those are well, the first one's a hit.
10 damage.
It is the serpent folks' turn, so they will start swimming closer.
Come at me, bro. Come
So
on.
I ready to attack one of them.
Yes, is it the
Um,
melee
so
range?
I'd
If you
like
want
to
to
do
go ahead and
that.
make that attack.
That's going to be 12 damage.
But
So, how close are they to me? Am I able to grab?
yeah, why don't you go for
Is
it?
there a weapon? Okay,
Well, yeah, they've
what
all
do you
got,
want
they've
me
all
to
got
use?
spears, so that would be an athletics check against their athletics check, right? This is
Fuck. Alright, y'all. I got a 0
Might
in
versus
athletics.
might.
Let's hope
Nice.
the odds are forever in
Oh
our favor.
boy. You can do it.
Okay, so it's a 9, but I'd like to use a luck point.
So
I'd like to use a luck point?
Yeah, you can use. Well, no.
Do
you
it.
can- yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Use,
You're
oh,
lucky.
16?
That is good. Yeah. You
Yeah!
can go ahead and grab the
Yeah.
spear out of his hand before he even gets the chance to hit you.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the 4 who didn't have their spears taken from them will make attacks on Guy. We'll say. So Guy, that is a
Alright.
natural 20,
Oh.
unnatural 20. That is a 6, is a 17. So we'll get three spear attacks on Guy here. Guy, that's 23 total, which you can use your hill rune. Instead, take 11.
Okay, great.
Nice.
There you
nice,
go.
Nice. That ain't bad. They
So
ain't
they are
shit.
all stabbing at Guy now, and he's taking them. I mean, they are getting him good with these spears. Ghost,
Yeah, but I'm about
you
to-
are nice and safe on his shoulders there, so he's just taking the brunt of this. And speaking of
go.
Ghosts, it is your turn. You do have a spear. What would you like to do?
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, yes. If you want to just take it from my hands, I will allow you
All
to
right.
just
So you hand it off. You know, here, you take the small one, and
Yeah.
and so you have a club now. Add a club to your inventory there, Ghost, and
So I'm gonna try and hack the one that's going after him.
okay.
So that's a 19, and then plus I don't
a hit.
have any strength. It's a hit.
So you 1d4
Okay,
damage.
and then 1d4 damage. It's a 2.
So
Teamwork.
I'm gonna move back over to Hop now. Hop, it looks like all of them have just swarmed, and it is like a fixed frenzy on the far side of the water. You see the bubbling on the surface and everything. It is a mess. What do you do?
I turn to Alexi and I go, well, I guess it's our turn. And I'm gonna swim as close as I can get to the ship.
It was only like 60, 75 feet out, so you
Look at all
get to
those
the
dice in
shipwreck.
there.
I know, looking at the
Fuck.
treasure. Unfortunately, because you used your dash, that is it for you. Unless you
Great.
don't have a bonus action to dash, right?
No.
Okay, great. So that's it for Hop. Alexi, if you are going to swim back out after him, that's going to be basically your whole turn to get. So your speed is what? You can get about 20 feet behind him there, so you'll be about this far out.
Okay.
Guy, what's going on this side of the map?
14?
Is a hit. And Muir, did you hit while he's doing damage?
I hit. I think I hit one. I got a 17.
Yes,
And I'm
17
gonna
is a
attack
hit.
the same one I hit.
All right,
25.
25. In addition to what was already done by Ghost.
God.
Oh my god! I
Oh,
mean,
my
you,
whole 2.
you
My 2.
smash! This guy's unarmed. He's already had his spear taken from him, and he is just trembling under the weight of your spear as it just carves into him.
I got a 1.
I'm gonna do 1
Hey,
damage
something,
to the
man.
same snake,
Hell yeah!
the same serpent folk. Congratulations! You guys have just killed your first
We
sea
killed the
serpent
serpent.
folk.
Yeah.
And
Ghost might change teams. Like, it might be time to love up on my giant. He's killing it, and everyone.
He said he's my friend.
um,
I'm friends with him.
In that case, I just rolled all of their attacks. They did not hit. Not a single one. I couldn't believe it. They have the pack
They got
tactics. They have the
they're
advantage.
so-
There was
they're
4
all
attacks
we
with
are.
advantage, and every single one of the 8 dice was a single digit. I can't make that up. I wouldn't make that up because that's stupid. In the meantime, Hop, you are there if you want to start an investigation. Alexi,
Yes.
you have a speed of 40, which is halved, which is 20, which means 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll say with that, you can also get to the shipwreck if you want to also. So the two of you, what we can do, you can do separate investigations, or you can have somebody roll with advantage. Have the other person help as an action. So what do you want to do? With advantage
I'll-
or?
Hop can roll with advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to roll again to see if it's or was that both dice?
That was the second roll.
God, I only heard 1 die, so that I got you. So an unnatural 20.
Give me nuts.
You come across a scroll case. It's empty, but it looks like it once was used to hold scrolls. And additionally, you also come across a whetstone, which, if you're familiar, can be used to sharpen
Yes.
things, right? Sharpen rocks
That's
or
helpful.
weapons. Yeah, yeah. Guy, it is your turn if you want to start your attack
Killing them.
process.
it's 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
24 and 27.
All right, 24 on top of the guy you already hit for 30 is going to kill the second sea serpent. And then I assume that 27 will be on the third sea serpent here. That and Muir, what were your Eldritch Blast?
I got a 20 and a 19.
Those are 2 hits. If you want to roll Eldritch Blast damage,
That's-
guy.
18.
All right.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, total.
Nicely
18
done.
total.
So that's 18 for the 2 of them, plus the additional little bits you've
Let's
done here and there.
go.
It is
There
the
they live.
serpent folks. They are going to start to fall
Bring
back
it.
here. Swim about 80 feet over back into the shelter. Unfortunately, as they swim back, they do spot a few people literally digging through the wreckage, grabbing whatever ruins they can get their hands on, whether it's a scroll case or something.
Go!
Hop, You've got serpent folks surrounding you. What do you do?
I'm gonna get big on them.
I'll throw in as a bonus action. You summon the spectral swimming bunnies under the water to become a big bunny.
Oh, little babies.
And your big bunny form, that's your bonus, right? So you've got an action and a move. All right, let's go for it.
Unnatural 20 to hit.
That is a hit.
And damage is 1d4 minus 1.
1d4 minus 1, yeah, so go ahead and roll that. Minus 1 for the strength.
4 minus 1 is 3. Hey!
So 3 damage to that sea serpent there. Thank you very much.
And then I'm gonna add piercing thorns to that,
Okay.
which is an extra 1d6.
Nice.
That's an extra 2 damage.
Hell.
Nice. We're angry. We're trying to get ship. We're gonna make a ship. We're gonna leave
The
this
scroll
place.
case
We're gonna.
is so worth it.
Hey, it's important, okay?
Okay, so I'm gonna rage, and then yeah, I'm gonna swing at him with the club.
Go for it.
So the first one was a 14. The second one was a 16.
Those are both hits. You can roll damage. And is this on the
It's
same
5.
serpent that Hop is hitting, or the second serpent?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for
What's your club damage?
the one. Yeah, it's 5. So 10 total.
10 total to which one?
To the one Hop beat the crap out of.
So I will stack that up. That one is going to be dead. I'll take this one. This is the one that Matt's also been pounding on. So it is Muir's turn. You are.
I'm
hanging in
gonna
the back.
cast some Eldritch Blast because it's
Yeah, you've got
120.
120 range. Yeah.
All right.
Gotta love it.
That is a 16 and a 12.
The 12 will not hit, but the 16 will.
That is a 10.
10 damage. Done.
Hell yeah.
It is the serpent folks' turn. Disengage, and then they are going to swim all the way this way, 80 feet. So with that, I'll take off our grid. I'll move us back to the other view here, and you guys do have free access to the ship. A 9, Alexi, you find a quiver. It's empty.
Quiver.
There's no arrows, but it's useful if you do have arrows. We have a feather.
Oh, that is helpful.
We're almost there. We have wood.
sticks.
We
All
have
right, Hop.
feathers.
yeah.
Hop, what'd you get?
5.
5. Hop, you find some chalk. Chalk? Yeah, chalk. Still intact underwater.
That's
Wow.
so nice.
Okay,
Wow.
sweet.
That's possible.
Guy, what'd you get?
12.
Guy, you find a walking stick,
Oh.
which is a good size for a humanoid, right? Right? Not super useful. More like a club when you're a giant. But it is otherwise. It is a nice. It's pretty good. It's like a silver
All right.
handle at the top that's sort of shaped like a beast of some sort, a wolf or a lion.
Nice.
It's a nice walking stick.
Hop's face.
And Muir, what'd you get?
6.
6. Muir, you find a mallet. There's a book intact on the ship. I mean, it's waterlogged. A lot of the ink is running, but the pages are still bound, and the cover is still intact.
I love books.
4. Ghost, you find a used robe.
Oh, perfect.
Muir,
Love it. Thank you.
13.
13. Muir, you find a candle. It's wet, so you might need to dry it out first, but it's a candle. Guy,
You no take candle.
15.
15. Guy, you find a steel spike, a piton, right? So it's still intact, nice and iron. Hop.
Good. Good.
20.
Ooh.
Oh, babe, what'd you get?
Hop, there is still an intact healing kit, healer's kit, right? Which can be
Ah.
used
Wow.
to stabilize people, if you don't know. In D&D, the
Big.
healer's kit can stabilize people when they are down making death saves. And lastly, Alexi.
1.
No way. Alexi, you find a comb.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
You stop looting because you can see in the distance shapes starting to return. And it looks like the sea serpent folks are back to reclaim the land. And they've brought with them some pretty big serpents.
Oh my god.
So,
We can take it.
So upon seeing the large leviathan start to come to shore, you all haul it back to the safety of the beach.
Haul ass.
Wow.
I love it. I
And
love
will
it.
take all of our. It's been a very long day of looting and searching and fighting. So as the sun starts to lose, as you start to lose light on the night 3, any last things we want to do? And what are our priorities here?
Can I do?
I'm
Can I
gonna
search for
give
mistletoe?
my whetstone to Guy,
Yep.
and I'm gonna go. Can I trade you for that staff you found?
I hold out the
Stop.
stick.
He wants
Yeah.
the small stick from you.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Sure.
Thank you.
Take that
And I
wet
take
stick.
it.
And you can have
What is
the
it made of?
whetstone guy. The walking stick is made of oak, but it's got, like I said, a silver handle with a beast.
I can use this as a druid focus.
I wanted to search for mistletoe specifically on the cliffside.
All right.
Ooh,
I'll
back
let
on
you
the
make a
mistletoe
survival check.
hunt.
Go ahead and make a. Since you're doing mistletoe specifically, let's make this investigation.
Okay. 22.
You do find some mistletoe. 3 doses of mistletoe.
Are these what you're looking for?
Thank you. I actually only need 1 sprig, so I'll just take that one and
I hand him
thank
the
you
other-
so much.
And then I put the other one in my pocket. Don't eat it.
Oh, I won't. I know. But I know. I'll tell you what you can eat, and I cast Goodberry.
He basically waves his hand over. He waves the stick over his palm, and as the berries and the sprigs sort of pass over his palm, you see a small glitter, a sparkle, and then in his palm are, I believe it's 10 little magical-looking, delicious, blueberry-looking items.
I hand one to everyone.
I don't know what it is.
I'll eat the mystery berry.
Alexi, are you going to eat the mystery berry?
Yes.
All right, I need Muir.
You all
I need Ghost.
die.
Can't say forever.
James.
You guys, the good berry is 1 day's worth of ration, right? It is immensely filling. It is dense. It is all of the nutrition you need. It's like a granola bar, right?
Oh, thank you.
It is
Oh,
delicious.
I
One granola bar. Perfect for a day. So
You know, we've had those days. So, Ghost, unfortunately, as it starts to get dark and you're deciphering what you can out of this book, there's a few pictures. The language is mostly running, and where you do see pieces of script, you can't make out the language. It's not in Common, it's not in Elven, it's not in any of your languages. So you're getting to work trying to decipher it like a code, right? And luckily there are pictures. So I mean, you've got this strange-looking decrepit hand on some of the pages, and some sort of rotten dark magic symbols, you know, like unholy symbols. But Ghost, it gets late, right? And as soon as you lose all light, you're basically out of luck. You don't have a fire at the moment. So with no source of light, there goes the book.
Yeah, I'll keep it, I guess, like, close to me.
Would I be able
Roughing gets
to
everywhere.
burrow us?
You want to make a burrow?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that is kind of a rabbit thing, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
All right, let's make an athletics check. Here at the end of the day, worn from battle and crafting and everything that's gone on, let's see if you can at least get 1 burrow out before you go to bed.
12, 13, 14.
I'll say you make. You can fit 5 people in there. It's a big burrow. Nice.
Oh wow.
It'll be a little warmer.
as an action,
Yep.
I would like to sort of imperceptibly use my Urda ability myself a bit.
You're gonna
Just
you're
make
gonna
yourself
bigger or
I'm
smaller?
a little bit smaller, just
Smaller.
make things a little more comfortable,
Sure,
so I'm
give
not
me-
taking up so much space. And
Give me a
Aw.
stealth check.
yeah, it's not great. It's 11.
So, absolutely everybody knows.
Everyone's
You guys
got
watch-
great passive perception.
Guy squeezes into the burrow and sees how small it is, and you see him just sort of sit back and look at the space and look at you guys and look at the size of the burrow, and then very subtly and very slowly, but perceptibly, he just kind of starts shrinking by like 2 inches. In every dimension, not like he's crouching, like you see him get thinner and smaller and just shrink slightly, and then he curls in to the little burrow petal we've created.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
I get bigger, I get smaller. It's It's a thing.
It's genetic.
That happens when I poo.
Been really nice fighting with you guys.
Me too.
Yeah. I've enjoyed it. Well, not the almost dying part, but very swell.
Look, none of us are dying. We don't need to do this. You know?
Not yet. It could happen tomorrow.
Right, but like we'll do that when that happens.
Oh, it's okay. You'll get it.
I tap the defensive. I tap the rune that I carved on everybody, gave to everybody, and I say, "Then," which is giant for friend.
Oh.
What did he say?
Then.
He said friend.
I put my hand on my rune.
friend.
Yeah.
I put my hand on my
then.
heart and my rune.
So with our Ven ship finally ignited here,
Nice.
you guys settle in. 2 hours into Mir's watch,
With the music.
a group appears to have snuck past his amazing passive perception of 12.
Accurate.
And you're the only one on the surface, so we'll put you on the surface here. We'll put everybody else sort of hidden away in the burrow. You find yourself immediately surrounded in the blink of an eye. You turn after walking one way and pacing in the direction, and as you turn, you find yourself face to face with not just one or two or three,
Oh no.
but 4 hulking draconic figures. These aren't like the Dragonkin you may have met out in Quelmar, out in the Midlands. These creatures are gnarlier, and unlike the Dragonkin, who come in flavors of brass and bronze and gold and silver, these guys are gray or black or green or white or red, and they have like pig-like snouts on their semi-flattened faces, and warts where their scales sort of rise up on their rippled skin. They aren't pretty at all.
They don't. Does it look like? Can I kind of peek my head back and see if they're by the burrow as well?
Yeah, if you look back, it does look like there are, in fact, 3 more of these giant bestial figures investigating the burrow. And so one of them grabs you. He grips forward and grabs you by the wrist.
Fey presence.
You focus in on him and you shoot him back with your Fey presence. There's sort of an aura and a mystery, a beauty, an otherworldly sense around you that pushes him away. But the other 2 roar and sneer out loudly. In fact, so loudly. Ghost, Guy, Hop, Alexi, you are shaken awake by the sound of what sounds like maybe a horde of dragons. You hear 3 or 4 of these bestial roars rip out into the night. What do you do, the 4 of you who are in the burrow? It sounds like they're right outside.
Do you guys think it's okay if I can try to burrow a different way out?
We can't leave Fen.
No, we'll just burrow around and get him.
Do it. I'll help you.
So you guys will start burrowing even further. Muir, back on the surface, as the 2 of them have roared out, you can hear sort of a call. Right. So their small, chorus of roars is echoed back by a creature in the night sky above you. In fact, I think you heard 2 roars. And as you adjust your eyes, you see the creatures jet blue as they sort of hover in around the encampment. The creatures who were investigating the burrow, they've stopped looking at the burrow, and they sort of come back and they all start roaring up at the sky as well. Ghost, Guy, Hop, Alexi, you hear it. You hear those even larger than life roars. What do you do?
We gotta get him out of there. We gotta get him out of there.
I'll go back. Go. Just keep going.
Let's get him out of there.
I'll go back.
I'm gonna scroll through every single one of my languages, which is Common, Sylvan, Elvish, Deep Speak, and Giant, and I'm gonna say, I'm unarmed. in every single language. Keep my hands up.
As you keep your hands up, one of them, again, grabs your wrist. He starts to tie a rope around your wrist, assuming you'll allow him.
I'll allow him.
Okay.
I'll allow him.
So
I can get out of it still.
He ties a rope around your wrist, and then he tugs it real tight, and then you suddenly have a lead on your arm that he very ungently sort of tugs on to sort of bring you with him. I
say loudly as I'm being led off. Oh, we're going on a trip, are we?
Should we follow him? They're not hurting him.
Yeah.
I get out of the hole.
Guy doubles back and jumps out of the burrow, surprising the creatures. They turn and they see Guy.
Can I look at Guy and just say in giant, it's okay. They don't know the other three are there. I'll find my way out. Okay?
I nod at him, and I, similarly to how he's doing, I raise my hand.
All right. Ghost, Hop, Alexi. You guys are down in the burrow.
Can I peek out and see what's going on?
Sure, give me a stealth check.
If I see her moving, can I be like, no, and then point at myself?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You go take a peek.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of like lay on my belly.
Okay.
And kind of like army crawl.
As soon as you stick your head out thinking that you're good, you have the cover of night. You're a human, right? So it's very dark right now if you don't have dark vision.
It's dark. It is.
Unfortunately for you, it seems like these creatures catch on to your appearance above the surface of the burrow. And immediately one of them roars out and looks down and with a gnarly he reaches out and tries to pull you up and out of the burrow. So he pulls you up and out of the burrow. You see that they have just tied off Guy. You can see that Muir is down the beach and they've tied him off as well.
I say quite loudly in Elvish, it's gonna be very hard to get everyone out if I keep having more people to cast spells on.
I'm just gonna say, to be fair, I didn't know I was gonna be seen.
Ghost, they've tied off your wrist, so you and Muir and Guy have all been tied off. At that point, the other Draco beasts have finished looking into the burrow. They don't seem to find anybody else. And they're all going to return so you've got 7 of them. And they roar out into the sky again, and the 2 creatures land to join the other draconic creatures. So you've got, in the darkness of night, just shadows against the sea and the sand. If you guys have nothing else to say or do right now, they will start tugging you along up the beach, moving.
I would like to say something, if I can.
Yeah, what would you like to say?
How's your night going, fellas? In Draconic.
But they still sort of sneer, and they when you talk, they kind of glance at you for a second and then stop listening because they don't understand the thing you're saying. And they will.
What about the dragons?
Guy, with your dark vision, you have the best look at these dragon folks, the big ones. You'll notice that these are like armless dragons. These are strange creatures that you haven't seen in the rest of the realm, right? Dragons have arms and legs like a beast and massive, beautiful wings. These guys just have wings where their arms should be, and no arms at all. So they're a bit freakish looking, but no less terrifying, and far more deadlier looking. They are snarling like angry cats. No grace. They look like they have even less intelligence than that angry blue one we met. Right? At least he spoke something. These guys just sort of snarl like animals on leashes. Hop and Alexi, you guys digging down further?
I'm gonna stay at the level we're at right now. He can burrow further if he wants to.
I mean,
I'll hang with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys want to keep burrowing
say,
further.
Hello, turtle.
Oh.
I reach up with my free hand and I pat him on the shoulder and I say, "Good boy, good boy."
What direction are we going?
I have keen mind.
And you would know which way is north. You would know that we are going north. They go around the grove and then immediately start heading to the cliff, where a sort of a foothold has been created.
I'm gonna yell out, "It's a nice night to be going north."
Do you want to follow them?
Yep, let's go on out. Or do you want to keep burrowing?
I think we might be able to track him pretty easily because of the sand and the tracks.
Yeah, definitely. But we can't let him get too far ahead.
That's true. Shall we head out?
Yeah, hang on. And can I put as much stuff as we collected into the quiver case?
Sure. 4 hours. So the sun is just coming up now at this point, right? 4 hours of marching up the cliffs and into the mountains. So when you reach the cliff, obviously there's a cave at the side of the mountain where most of these dragon folk go into. The big beasts sort of stay outside, though.
Yeah, y'all can't fit in that hole.
And one of these bestial, ugly drake. I mean, they really are like one part orc with the flattened, piggly face, and one part dragon with the scales. So I will call them Draco orcs or something like that.
Ooh,
so
Nice. I like
we'll
it.
say the Draco orcs have sort of dropped you all here on the overhang, on the Pride Rock formation that juts out.
Oh, good.
The hundreds of feet drop down back onto the island.
The helipad.
Yeah, the helipad. However, one thing you do notice, Muir and Ghost and Guy, is that they are meeting up here. Apparently with the cave and with the this is some sort of place, right? And when they get here, you notice that there are other Draco orcs inside that they are meeting up with, and most importantly, as you are dragged over to the edge of the cliff, you are dropped there to sit with 2 other humanoids. Who are also bound, like yourself.
Oh!
Ropes sort of trail.
There's
We'll say that each of your ropes is about 20 feet. So you guys are walking around with this 20-foot lead, either wrapping it on yourself or just letting it hang. And they drop you off, and then he gives sort of sneers and grunts and sniffs at you a little more. And then he turns back, and he just sort of hangs out in the entranceway of the cave there. Put him back there. So, unfortunately, Hop and Alexi, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get all the way over here. We can say that you're on your way, so I'll put you guys over here for now.
What do the bound humanoids look?
So, the 2 bound humanoids, Muir, Ghost, they are humans. They look just like you, but we'll say one of them is younger. We'll say maybe late 20s. She's got a sort of a light brown skin, dark, messy hair, and a suspicious look in her eye as you guys sit down. The other is older. He's an elderly gentleman. He's got pale skin, probably 70s at this point, and scars and marks all up and down his neck and his face. They share a similar coloration in their robes, sort of black and dark purple, very, very roguish colors, right? And yeah, when they drop you down and they walk away, they are the first to speak. The lady, the young woman there, she sort of sits up a little bit, and she looks at you guys and she says, you survived.
Yeah, you did too.
I'm not dreaming. There's others, and she looks at her older companion. You survived this far, I mean.
What do you mean this far?
The old man says, well, she means that the dragons didn't eat you, or those orcs didn't eat you, or the massive creatures of the land didn't eat you. You're fighters, she's saying.
Well, I'm not good at punching things, but I can cast spells. I don't know if that makes me a fighter. But...
They share a look. Well, we're magicians too. We were hoping maybe you guys were a little more brawny. You see?
He grows. I just say that.
Yeah. guy's like hanging out there, not really knowing what the conversation is. But they look at you, guy, and they stare you up and down.
Pretty
looking at your
brawny,
muscles.
pretty burly, brawny guy.
Yeah, looking at your muscles and your height and your stature, and you see him sort of smiling and looking at you. And then they look at each other. And then the old man says, we'll say he steps forward. He puts a hand on Muir's shoulder. Hop, Alexi, probably about this time you guys are starting to catch up, trying to stay away, out of sight, so we'll put you over this cliff hang here, sort of looking down onto the situation, where you see your companions are talking, whispering, at the edge of the cliff with some others. And that conversation, which you may not be privy to yet, the old man looks at you, Ghost, and he says, you see, we were looking for some heavy fighters, because we think we know how to get off this god-forsaken island. But it ain't easy.
Alright, what do you got? Do you have a plan?
Well, the first thing that we're going to need your help to do, we're going to have to kidnap a dragon. And that's going to wrap session 2 of It Came from Kiston.